This has been a magnificent day. This has, those of you that haven't been with us all day, I mean, this was a very, very unique and wonderful and spirit-filled day where all of us are challenged without question to be humble before the Lord, to seek the Lord, to truly be more and more men and women of prayer. And that went on and on today, and that was very good. Here's the tribute. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is the United States of America. I was born on July 4th, 1776, conceived in freedom and liberty. And that freedom has brought millions to my shores to cast their economic plight with me. But that freedom has not been cheap. 1 million of my sons have lost their lives in Europe and in Asia. Countless families have cried in anguish as they've heard of the loss of a husband, father, a son or a daughter. But thank God, those lives stood for something. I am big from the Atlantic to the Pacific, to the northern reaches of Alaska, to the beautiful Hawaiian Islands. I have 3.5 million square miles just teeming with economic opportunity and excitement. I have forests in Oregon and wheat fields in Kansas and oil in Texas and coal in West Virginia. I am the Empire State Building in New York City, the Sears Tower, Chicago, Disneyland in Southern California. I have almost 2.5 million farms that are unequal in productivity on any place on the face of this earth. But if you think my story is just about beautiful cities and fertile soil, no. My story is really and mainly about people. From day one, I've accepted legal immigrants as constitutional equals. From day one, to be a German, you have to be born German. To be a Russian, you have to be born Russian. But to be an American, you only have to say, I desire to be an American. George Washington was my sword. Patrick Henry was my tongue. James Madison, John Adams were my constitutionalists. And Thomas Jefferson was my pen. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they're endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, that among those are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. But my story is also a story of power that goes out to protect and not to possess, a power that goes out to defend and not to conquer. When I see a defeated enemy, I bind its wounds, I feed its people, I give it billions and billions and billions of dollars to restore itself to a place of respect and prosperity is among the nations of the world. A country's character, after all, is determined by the sum of its splendid deeds. I've abolished slavery. I've lifted countless people out of poverty. I've instituted more humanitarian programs for food and health care than all the rest of the nations of this world combined. Now, if you compare that record with the actual histories of both ancient and contemporary societies, America might not be the best conceivable society, but it just might be the best society, or one of the best societies that's ever existed on the planet. And just to make sure that our walk conforms to our talk, 150 years ago we fought a civil war. 150 years ago, 675,000 men lost in that civil war, 50,000 civilians. Imagine the sadness of Abraham Lincoln as he made his way to the Gettysburg battlefield, just a few hours from where we are right here. And he looks out, 1863, in the middle of the Civil War, and he delivers the Gettysburg Address. And he ends it this way. And so, we highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation under God shall experience a new birth of freedom, and that this government of the people, by the people, and for the people shall not perish from the earth. Lincoln is done. Everybody's quiet. No clapping, no noise, no nothing. A man raises his arm. Mr. President, I have a question. Can a nation of the people, by the people, and for the people survive? And Abraham Lincoln answered, I don't know how history is going to speak on America, but I do know that Americans were born to be free. Thank you very much.